our members are recognizing that when government does something, more times often than not, that something is going to hurt their pocketbook. And when you're talking about entrepreneurs who are creating jobs, making the American dream available to people, you want those people to do well and continue to do what they're doing, and that's what our hotel owners do. So we have really stressed how important advocacy is. Whether you're getting involved at your own little town council or here in Washington, D.C., you just got to get involved.
We as an organization, we take all of our ambassadors and our board members and our past chairmen and go up there twice a year for legislative summits, but that's not all. Every month, our officers and organization, along with the delegation from a selected state, will travel to Washington, D.C. to meet with legislators affecting, having policies that may be affecting our industry. On top of that, we have staff that every day are on Capitol Hill, meeting with members of Congress, meeting with their legislative aides, talking about issues that may come up or may not come up that are affecting our hotels. Therefore, we're there 365 days a year advocating on behalf of our members.
Advocacy is really important to our industry. Aside from the other educational seminars and everything else that AAHOA does, advocacy ranks right up there, if not one of the most important things, because when you come up here and you see how lobbyists work and you see how people are influenced, it's always done with numbers.
If you're walking up to Capitol Hill, just visualize this. Visualize yourself walking up and having one person next to you talking about your point. Now, visualize yourself walking up to Capitol Hill with 1,000 people behind you supporting the same thing, and what an impact that can make.
You get to share your stories. They don't get to really understand the information until they actually get to hear it from you and how it's impacting you and your business.
Well, I think whether it's this industry or any industry in the country right now, it's good for lawmakers to understand whether they're in your district or not, what impact the economy is having or the lack of oomph in the economy is having on industries like the hotel and hospitality industry. And AAHOA is representative of a good portion of that. So to hear their thoughts and what their trials and their successes are is important for us to have a balanced understanding of what's happening right now.
You know, when I work on policy up here in Washington, the best resource I have are my small business owners back home, the people that I represent, letting me know what the impediments are. What are the regulations or rules coming out of Washington that are making it harder for them to run their business, to make a profit, to hire people? Because at the end of the day, you know, especially when you look at our hotels, the people that work at the hotels are their best asset. And a lot of times some of the laws and the regulations that make it harder for them to hire people or promote their workforce, those are the things that help me to know about firsthand, so I can go and try to make the changes in law so that they can continue to thrive.
Why AAHOA exists is for its owners, and why AAHOA exists more than anything else is to advocate on behalf of its owners here in Washington on Capitol Hill. So advocacy is critical, and there's probably never in our industry been a more important time for advocacy than there is today.
The PAC dollars we spend and the time we spend in DC shows how powerful our association is, and it makes us the voice of hoteliers across the nation.